Okay, good morning, everybody. Welcome to Ben's Brick Designs. I'm Ben. Happy Sunday. Happy 4th of July weekend. Thanks for being here. We're going to go ahead and get right into it. So last time... What happened to my camera? Oh, no. Of course it can't find the camera. It's always something, man. So, hello. I'm going to try this just to make sure. There we go. Weird. Good morning, Vab. Good morning, Missy. How are you doing? As seen on our last episode of this stream, there was no last episode of this stream because at about an hour and a half into it, we lost connection again, and this is an endemic problem with either my ISP or YouTube or something, but we were cut off summarily, and now we're just picking it back up. So this is where we are. We're on bag 3-ish. So let's keep going. I hope everybody's having a good weekend so far. And I hope you have good plans for July 4th coming up. Seeing some fireworks, hanging out with friends. The like. So last night was a lot of fun because we have our yearly party at a friend's house. Our Power Hour party, which the older we all get, the less it is about trying to frat party drink as much as you can and more about just kind of hanging out with each other and getting together and watching funny videos and some camaraderie. And it was a lot of fun. We had people from out of town that were there who were longtime friends of everybody here who had since moved to the UK and then moved to Seattle. And they were back for the July 4th weekend. So they came to the event, and it was very nice to see them. They're also staying with their sister, one of the two of them. Their sister lives like, I can see their house from here. And I'm like, you guys should come over. And they're like, we totally will, you know. But it was good. It was a fun time. We also did the tortilla challenge. I don't know if you guys have seen the tortilla challenge. So we bought a bunch of tortillas, which was a bit wasteful because we basically just slapped each other in the face with tortillas. But it was a lot of fun. Got some video of that. Also, I'm going to send that to the group and then see what they want to do with it. If you're unfamiliar with the tortilla challenge, it's two people drink water. They have a mouthful of water, and then they rock, paper, scissors. And whoever wins the rock, paper, scissors, they get a chance to slap the other person with a tortilla. And you go until somebody spits water, right? Well, in all the TikTok videos you see, it's like people barely get one slap and the water's flying everywhere, right? Well, we're all competitive a-holes. And so, like, these rounds were going like 10 minutes where we're just constantly hitting each other in the face with tortillas. It was pretty funny. I think I did it a couple times and only really lost because there were two guys off to the side doing commentary, and it was really funny. And they said something, and both the dude and I that were slapping each other lost it. So it was a tie. But it was fun. Some good videos. My friends do it every year. And even during the pandemic, we had a remote version of it where everybody just kind of sat at their house, and there was a streamable version of the videos that he put together. So it was a lot of fun. So not as hungover today as I thought I'd be, but still, you know, moving a little slow. Luckily, this is all I have to do today, so that's nice. This and get ready for Brick Rodeo. If y'all aren't ready for Brick Rodeo, you should get ready if you're coming. It starts this week. Starts Thursday. I was going to try to part out, I think I made this mistake, a microfighter version of this set. Why is... Okay, I'm not actually streaming the camera. It's not doing anything. Hang on real quick. It's so weird. Like it starts up and then I've just been having so many technical problems the last couple of weeks. Yeah, I don't think after the initial shock of being hit in the face with a tortilla kind of wavers, you're just left with the absurdity of it. And so I think the commentary off to the side helped like ramp up it's not the danger or not the whatever it is that makes you want to actually spit the water out. Like that. Right? No, the other way. Saw some friends that had moved down to New Braunfels. Haven't seen them in a while, so it's good to see them. Water, soda, any liquid. And not when I'm expecting it, and it's not really a game. He just says funny stuff while I'm drinking. Yeah, I'm a little bummed I didn't start parting out the parts for the Justifier until it's too late. I might actually have most of them, so I can still maybe get something done for that. But the next project is going to be figuring out how many bricks I have that I can turn into a thing to receive a label. And I know that's a really weird way to phrase it, but like some of the microfighters have, they're on a stand that is like an environment or like a habitat square kind of thing, but just for that microfighter. And then some are just on a black stand. So I have to figure out like what's a good common brick I can use to print up a label and then have it show up in front of them, and I have to have enough to be able to do it. So that's going to be the project for the next 3 days. Everything else is like packed and ready to go. I don't really need to do a whole lot. Just get it in my car. I'm not doing a whole lot with the castles. I'm just going to kind of bring them. I let other people, you know, dress them up real nice or whatever. I just didn't have time. I was thinking of putting the medieval blacksmith on one side of the castle, but that's kind of like introducing a set to the thing, and I didn't want to do that. Maybe if I have time, I'll build something that looks like a small, like a blacksmithing hut kind of on one side of the castle wall. That might be all right. Yeah, so they have to. What I was actually thinking of doing is the sides of bricks, so like on a stack. And the camera's locked up again. Oh my god. Okay, hang on a second. Which one is it? I'm gonna get rid of this. And I'm going to add, it just keeps going away, or it just keeps locking. I don't know what the problem is. Display capture, video capture device. This is build camera. Sorry, I don't know what's going on. This is OBS, and it's updated as of the last stream. Create new. The name is already in use. Table camera? Can I use table camera? Oh, wait. Okay, I can see it okay. Now, where did I put it? Gotta be behind all this stuff. Okay. And then settings for that. Why is it not? Resolution. Nope, that's too high. Okay, there we go. Back, I guess. I don't know. Weird. Yeah, I'm gonna go through. I'll go through all the drivers and check. I haven't done a Windows update in maybe a week and a half, so I'll check the updates for that too. But between this and then the frame rates dropping, I'm kind of like, do I need to get off OBS and just go to Streamlabs and just do web-based? I don't know. I don't know that there's any real use case for me continuing to use OBS like this and give myself a headache. It's worked for a long time with no problems. Like, I've had so few problems with using it, but I don't know. Thanks for y'all's patience. I appreciate it. So now that Brick World Chicago is over, is LEGO convention season done? Do we have any other major brick conventions coming up? I want to say Brick Rodeo, but I don't think Brick Rodeo was having, or Brick Rodeo is having a lot of people show up for that. That aren't already kind of in Texas. Yeah, my internet server, my ISP is also one of those where we've gone years and years without having issues, and then suddenly, which is funny because it used to be called Suddenlink, that are now Optimum. The last, like, I'm constantly having these weird Wi-Fi things where I'm on my phone and it stops working, and I get off my extender and then connect to my just the regular modem, and it works fine. And I'm like, ugh. But every time I try to update the extender, it says it can't find it. And then every time I try to do an update on my modem, it's locked because it's not the ISP's modem, but it's like whatever setting in there that is like, we're connected to an ISP and the ISP will provide updates. It's like, I'd rather update my own stuff, but I think that's a new regulation where I forget what it's called, GC10 or something like that. Anyway, but it's all these little niggly little problems where you're just like, it's not an outage, but it's, you know, I'll lose streaming for 5 minutes, or I can't connect to the Wi-Fi for a hot second, or, you know, for other first world problems. And I know Johnny's internet sounds like he's got a nice fat pipe of data coming into his house, so yeah, I'm guessing they updated something upstream, would be my guess. Wow, and then just suddenly all the pieces. There's a lot of internal, okay, this is a lot of internal stuff, and it locked up again. I don't know what to do with this now. I just gotta keep doing this, I guess, for the next whatever. I don't want to kill the stream because then it starts a new stream. Let's just super fun. This is exactly what I wanted to do today. On the heels of this not working well last time. Gotta deal with this now. And it's not even for like a good Lego build. It's just another... It's just a dumb Star Wars ship Lego build. OBS camera. Freezing. Scaling is resolution. Oh, there's like a ton of different things about it freezing. Yeah, I'll probably like reinstall OBS, just do some updates. Check the drivers for the camera, all that stuff. I'll just keep working on it. And in the meantime, I will just keep turning the camera off and on. That seems to fix it for a hot second. Are you running, and I can't read that, are you running an extra program in the background? I mean, I'm running Pretzel, and I'm not in the background. Let's check my task manager. Let's see what else is running. Like an extra OBS. It says only one OBS. And then it's got OBS browser pages, but that's all like the chat and other stuff. Goodness gracious, that's fucking loud. And then it's just Pretzel and Vivaldi, the web browser. That's it. I don't have anything else going. Like I've turned off. I'm gonna close that. That's a. Quit G-Hub. That might have something to do with it. Background processes. Cisco WebEx meeting. I'm gonna cancel that. Don't need Cisco WebEx meetings running. In task. Not really. This is a pretty light machine. LG Hub updater. Nope. I don't need that. NVIDIA, that's regular spooler subsystem. I don't print. I can probably turn that off. Well, let's see how long this runs. CPU usage isn't terribly high. Let's look at the performance. Yeah, CPU's at 15-20%. Memory's at 30%. I don't know. What's up, Scott? I'm having the Dickens of the time. And I missed something way back here. Just greebling. Having some camera issues, so hopefully we've moved past the majority of the camera issues. How are you this fine morning? I do have some time this week, and even after I stream today, to investigate some of these issues, so that'll be next on my list. Only other thing I'm doing today is going to dinner with some friends. Missy, there's a place by you. I don't know if we talked about this. Called DeLuca. It's a pizza place over on Breaker. So I guess it's not really by you. It's like Breaker and just past Mopac. It's closer to you than me. And it's Brazilian steakhouse style. Meaning they bring you lots of little bits. It's not tapas, but it's kind of like that, where they bring you little bits of pizza, like very small slices of it. And they have like 16 different kinds of pizza, and you can try each one of them. And then they also have like 8 dessert pizzas that you can try. We went once and it was amazing. I'm like, I want to do that for my birthday. So we're going to do that. I'm going to try to keep my eye on the camera. Make sure it doesn't go out. It is raining it's raining up there, so you're going to get your build on. What project are you working on now, Scott? Do you have a big mock that you're still working on? Are you still doing Vader's castle on Mustafar? Are you still working on that? Oh man, my nose is suddenly decides to run. Also, I don't know that I saw the end result of your your Mos Eisley into the underground stuff. I don't know if I saw the finished version of that. Well, it's not really a Brazilian style pizza place, but it's that style of they bring you lots of little bits of stuff to try, right? Instead of getting like one big meal, you can try lots of different meats and different ways of cooking stuff. So it's like that, but it's just with pizza. So you get like these very, very thin slices, and it's basically like 2 bites of a pizza. You're like, nom, nom. That was really good. I want more of that. And they also have this amazing, like you can get a cup, like you're at the table for everybody is a cup of crab bisque, right? Or not crab bisque, lobster bisque. And it's very tasty. And it's also deceptively filling. Like you're like, oh, I want another one of those. Don't do it. That's how they get you. And then an arugula salad, and then whatever drinks, full bar kind of thing. It's very good. I've never actually been to a Brazilian steakhouse. What is that? Is my nose bleeding? Oh, hang on a second. I'll be right back. So not only am I having technical problems, but I'm also having technical problems with the body. I don't remember the last time I had a nosebleed. That's really weird. I have to go run updates on myself, apparently. Most icily, I'm going to change it to vertical. Oh, okay, cool. Oh, if it's going to vertical, you should bring it to Brick Rodeo next year, where our build theme is vertical. Up. I think we're trying to do, like, stacked or something. Okay, so that goes in there. Oh, okay. I was like, how does that go in? What? Intend to make it down to Texas one day for an expo vacation. Cool. This is a very confusing instruction. Do not like it. How far in? Not all the way? I mean, I can't... This nosebleed, I don't know if it's because it's not very dry out. And I haven't had, like, a major cold or anything lately. But... must be all that Coke that I'm doing. Really starting to wear away at my nasal passages. Well, if you make it to Austin, let me know and we'll hang out. We'll go to the Lego store, we'll go to Bricks and Minifigs, go find a brewery. If you drink beer, I don't know. There's lots of cool little nerdy shops here. Go to the box lunch in the mall. There's some game stores, stuff like that. I don't know if you're a music fan. I'm not a huge music fan, but that seems to be the draw for Austin in a lot of cases, is music fans come into town. I want to see some live music. I'm like, but we have a Lego store. I want there to be a second Lego store. I think if Houston has 5, I think Austin should at least have 2. I don't think Houston officially has 5. I think they have 2 Lego stores, and then they have like some Bricks and Minifigs and like an LCC, not an official Lego store. I love these pieces. I don't know what it is about these, but they're so satisfying. Let's see. So I started playing Spider-Man Miles Morales. I thought I'd get geared up for Spider-Man 2 game that's coming out probably next year. And it's fun so far. I mean, it's more of the same. If you liked the Spider-Man, the original Sony Spider-Man game, you'll like this. It's just more of the same. Your spider powers are a little different because Miles has, I mean, on top of like already being super strong, a spider sense. I don't think it's the web swinging, because I think he's got web shooters. He's not the Tobey Maguire, it just comes out of his arms kind of thing. Strength, the ability to adhere to walls, that kind of stuff. He's also... he has this like shock ability called Venom Punch, Venom Strike, stuff like that, where he like builds up a mass of bioelectricity and can shock people. He also has a chameleon ability where he can be invisible for a short time. So I mean, like, and all the tech gadgets that go with the suit and everything. So it's a lot to keep up with while you're playing the game, but it's fun. I just like swinging through New York. That's like, you could just give me a game where you just swing through New York. I'd be like, yeah, I'll play this for an hour. Do tricks. It's just very satisfying. All right, this is going to connect somehow. Somehow. Some way. Okay. That's interesting. It's not really attached in there. That those two Technic pins are just kind of sitting in between there. It's just kind of to hold them in place, I guess. Yeah, they should have a North store. My guess is it won't be in the domain, although a domain store would make sense. I could see them putting up one closer to Cedar Park. But the bricks and minifigs people might be upset if they did that. I think a domain store would make more sense. Slightly off there, and we got two more of these. All the greebling. I tell you what, this is a lot of building. I mean, I know this is a big gray wedge, but there's a lot going on internally here. So if you're okay doing that kind of level of building stuff, this might be an okay set for you. All right, this is going to do something here. Don't know what yet, but there it is. There. When I'm still freaking out about my bloody nose, like if you're not used to bloody noses, suddenly getting a bloody nose is like, oh my god, is somebody psychically attacking me? You know, am I suddenly using more of my brain somehow? Wow. All right, so I'm missing a huge. There we go. All right, these are all expected pieces. So we take this big thing and lower it and attach it to this big thing. Like this. Yeah, that looks right. This is the kind of stuff that drives me batty. Like, just go on. Okay. So that's going to be your basic shape of your ship. This is going to be how big it is. It's not going to get any bigger. There's going to be some stuff on the side over here, but I mean, this is the basic kite shape. We're on to bag 4. Is Brick Rodeo an invitation type event, or is it like Brick Fair where you have to pay to show? It's pay to show, but it's so you pay whatever the pass is, and I forget how much the pass is. $90. So it's an all expense paid. So here's the thing. Let me start over. It's not a convention where you get tickets. They call it a fan event, and you get an access pass. There's apparently a distinction. I don't know what the distinction is, but I think it's like, because it's a networking event, it's not, there's portions of the event that are not open to the public. So like most cons, there's like a private, there's like the convention pass holder days, and then there's public days. And I think a lot of cons do that. They're like, there's going to be games, and there's going to be talks, and there's going to be events and contests and things like that are just for the all access people, the convention goers. And then there's public days where they just walk around and look at all the mocks. So to get an all access pass, and that gives you the ability to show off mocks or display, and it gives you all the access to all the events and talks and workshops and things like that, is, I think this year was $90, which is on par, if not a little cheaper than most other ones around the country. We try to keep prices roughly the same. I think access passes or day passes for the public days are a little cheaper than normal. I think they're like $15 this year. I'm not sure. But yeah, if you paid $90, you get the swag. You get access to all 4 days. You can show off a mock. You have to register your mock and tell them how big it's going to take up space. And as far as I know, there's no limit on how big that can be, because we had that giant space base, like the hexagon spoked space base. I forget whose that was, but it's very large. Ooh, I got to keep this guy in camera somehow. So I think it's worth it. It's, it's fun. I like doing it. I'm not a convention goer usually. I've been to very few in my life. I wouldn't say very few. I've been to like a handful of fan expos and a couple of Comic Cons, and then a couple of Lego conventions. And I don't generally, for the Lego stuff, I haven't gone out of state yet. I've only done the Brick Rodeos, and before it was Brick Rodeos, Brick Fiesta. But for legal reasons, the organizers, we had to change it. I'm not going to get into that. That's a whole other thing. All right, we can kind of move this to the side a little bit, because now we're going to build the other huge wing thing. Yeah, same. I haven't gone to Bricks Cascade or Bricks by the Bay. We got invitations to go to Brick Slopes, which that might be a possibility for me, only because I could do that and then swing, because that's in Utah. I could do that and swing back through Colorado and see family. I could make a road trip of it if I wanted to. I might do that on the next off-year Brick Rodeo. Like next time it's in Houston, skip that one, go to Brick Slopes just to check it out. And then drive it so I can bring some stuff. I won't expect Beth to come with me, because that's a heck of a drive, but we've done it. We were talking about going somewhere the other day, and she's like, can we just fly? Yeah, I guess so. Only reason I don't like flying is it's expensive and time restrictive, and airports suck. It's either that or sit in the car for 16 hours. So, I mean, what's your trade-off? I wish it would stop being hot here. I'm so over the hot. It's just now July. We've got 2 more months of this, 3 more months of this. And I'm already like, I hate it. Hate it, hate it, hate it. So I'm very proud of myself. I DIY'd, I don't know if I told you guys this, but I DIY'd a fire pit. I should post pictures of it on Instagram, but I basically took a fan. I've been to Brick Fair and Brick Fest. I plan on Brick Universe this year, hopefully, but I do want to start going to events out west. Cool. I hear Bricks Cascade is the one to go to. Bricks by the Bay is pretty good from what I've heard. You'll probably run into like Tricky Brick group out there because I think they're from San Francisco. Yeah, so there's some good stuff out here. I don't know if there's a Denver one. I feel like there needs to be a Denver one, but not sure. So I got a fan, just a box fan, and then I went to Joann's and bought some fabric squares in red, yellow, and orange, and I cut them out into triangles and tied them onto the front of the fan. And then you turn the fan on its side, and when you turn on, the fabric does this. And then I got some cinder blocks and a clamp light, and then a light bulb that changes color, so it's fireplace color. So it's like an outdoor fireplace without being hot. All right, Scott, take care. Have a good 4th of July. Be safe. Have fun blowing stuff up if you do that. Keep all 10 of your fingers. So what I want to do is like, because I think this is a really good idea, is then attach like water spitters, misters on them, so you can actually stay by the fire, but it's like cool. It's like misting you. I think that'd be a lot of fun. I have to figure out how to do it where the water doesn't impact the light bulb. You know, but I think that might even be like a marketable thing. Be like, you can just buy this at the store, and it's like a little fake fire pit that's just a mister. So you can have summertime fire pit. That'd be a lot of fun. Well, the camera's held up. It's weird. I have a feeling it was that Logitech manager. I've got a manager on here that allows me to change, because I was trying to do color correction the other day. And so I downloaded the thing that allows you to like maintain the camera better than whatever native Windows thing does. And it's a Logitech hub or something like that. So that may have been it. But I mean, I've had that for like a month now, and it hasn't done anything. So who knows? But it seems to be holding up okay. Oh, is anybody... I haven't seen Dial of Destiny yet. Has anyone? Yeah, it's working okay. It seems to be holding up. I want to see Dial of Destiny. I think I'm going to I'll see if my son wants to go sometime this week. And then I know he wants to see the new Transformers, and I haven't agreed to that yet, because I'll go with him. And I know I'll walk out feeling dumber than I did when I walked in, so I'm not looking forward to that. As long as it's, action-packed, it doesn't have a lot of dumb one-liners that make me feel insulted, and then at the end we can hear, what's his name? Oh, man, Peter Cullen. Say, I am Optimus Prime, and I send this call out across the universe for all Autobots. All the movies seem to do that. We just got our butt kicked by the Decepticons, but for all intents and purposes, we are still here. This time I'm fighting an ape. And maybe a motorcycle. That was my Peter Cullen. I don't like actually have a very deep voice, so I have to fake it. I am Optimus Prime. It's real scratchy. What I want to be able to do is a Starscream impression, but I can't scream like Chris Latta can scream. And he was just amazing. No iterate. Like, there's Prime, and then there's Megatron. Like, Frank Welker is, the GOAT for voice work. But there is no Starscream like a Chris Latta Starscream. That was just so good. When he's calm, I can kind of do it. Oh, mighty Megatron. But it's when he gets all screamy, that's when I'm like, oh my god, that's so good. My voice would go out like that if I did that. First we crack the shell, then we crack the nuts inside. That's my favorite line from the animated movie. Hey, no one calls Soundwave uncharismatic. Let's kick tailgate. That movie was so good. I mean, I know it's all a big commercial, but it was so good. You should add some Sean Connery to the Optimus Prime, or just to like vocal impressions. I can do some impressions. I'm just not like, that's not my huge thing. I play with my voice a lot, and the only one who benefits from it is Beth. I am Optimus Prime. He pulls a knife, you pull a gun. That's the Chicago way. He pulls a glowing axe, you pull a glowing purple morning star. That's the Cybertron way. Yeah, this is the argument about the Lego icons stuff. It's like, the Optimus Prime is really rad, but we want a Megatron. I'm like, do you see Lego making guns? Like just a flat out pistol? I ain't gonna do that. Oonce, 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 oonce. Oonce, oonce, oonce. That's a nice piece, too. I've got a few of these big wedge plates in white. I think they were on a space shuttle or something. I always wanted to use more of these, but my spaceships lately have not been giant. They did that for the pirate minifigs. They just gave them pistols. Here's your not cutlass. There's just the pirate pistols. What are those called? There's a word for it, and now I can't remember what it is. A specific type of pistol. How does that go? Oh, okay. It's gonna bother me when I actually see it. I'm gonna be like, yep, that's what it is. Not a musket. It's like I thought it started with a B. Maybe I'm thinking of something else. I'm gonna look at. Hey Google, what's a pirate pistol called? It's not a blunderbuss. I thought that was more of a rifle. Maybe it is a blunderbuss. Flintlock pistols? No. I don't know. I may be thinking of something else. Yeah. I just Googled flintlock blunderbuss. Yeah, that's what came up. I don't know what I was thinking. I think I don't know. Doesn't matter. The gun. Yeah, the pirate figures have that. I think Lego is loosey-goosey with that regulation too, where they're like, no, the Sopwith Camel was not a warplane. It's like, yeah, it was. They weren't using it to, like, photograph the Alps, man. It was just there to, like they had a machine gun on it. But, I don't know. And all the Indiana Jones sets and all the pirates, yeah. How are you arming the Nazis in the Indiana Jones sets? What's up, Toaster? How are you doing? Happy 4th of July weekend, if you celebrate that kind of thing. If you don't, happy Sunday. I guess unless you're in Australia or Oceania, then happy Sunday. Or happy Monday. We are doing the Justifier still. And knock on wood. Knock on fake press board. Laminated press board. The camera's working. I haven't started dropping frames or lost connection yet, so that's not how that goes. It goes like this. What are you up to, Toaster? Got any fun projects you working on? Any video games you playing? Any movies you're gonna go see? Homework, yard work, housework? You work for the mob? You get this guy you gotta go take care of. He owes my boss a lot of money. We're gonna go say hello. Little reminder of who he actually works for. We're not gonna hurt him. We're just gonna scare him a little bit. I don't know where that came from at all. Rotate that. Put that here. Nothing interesting. Oh well. The day is young. What do you want to be doing? That's the question. Yeah, well, the Justifier from is it Bad? This is from Bad Batch. So that's Omega. My name is Omega. And that's Hunter. So this is from the Bad Batch. Cad Bane was in the Book of Boba Fett. And I don't know if you see his ship in that. What's up, Macro? It's a bit of Technic. I mean, you can see how much Technic makes the frame in there. It's a big ship, so there is brick-built stuff on the side. A lot of plates covering it all up, but it does have a bit of a Technic frame. And I'm not a huge fan of that. But there also have been some really cool parts in here. There have been, you get like 2x6 tiles, you get 1x5 plates. We've run across quite a couple interesting colors of things. So I think in terms of parts, this is a pretty good set. But yeah, it does have a lot of Technic, which I don't need more Technic. Nobody ever needs more Technic. It just sort of shows up. Like if you put 2 hangers in a closet and then come back a month later, you've got 78 hangers. Seen a few episodes of Bad Batch, but I don't really like Omega The heart covers that word. Was an interesting character though. I thought so. It got better as the season went along. It was kind of a one-note show for a little bit, but then it got a little more emotional, which I thought was good. They really kind of picked characters and dove into their psyches a little bit, and as much as you can do in a 20-minute cartoon on Disney. You know, it's not like it's they're retelling War and Peace or something, but it still was pretty good. Did you guys see season 2 of Visions? I just realized I don't remember if we talked about that. I think we did. I don't think I liked it as much as season 1, but it was still good. I think like season 2, constantly getting louder. I think season 2 had a lot of the same stories or similar kind of stories where it's like, oh, look, again, with the person who can't decide if they're going to leave home or not. And they've got to make a choice, and then somebody dies, and you're like, okay, we get it. It's a rough go. That's my main goal when design mocks. I hardly use Technic parts unless I absolutely need to. Yeah, the only time I use Technic parts is if, like, I'm making a stand for something, and then I use Technic for it. But I get it when you're making big things like this, it's helpful to be able to have a lighter structure. Because if this was made out of plates, first of all, you might not get the right angle, but second of all, it would be a lot heavier, I think. So, and harder to attach. You know, if you made this whole thing out of plates and bricks, it'd probably be like twice as heavy. But I totally agree. Like, if I can avoid using Technic, although I do get jealous of the ability to make the angles in Technic like this. Like, this takes some serious work. Some engineering prowess. That, and then put this on here. That's what I missed last time. Did I miss a piece? I didn't think I missed anything. I did, okay. No, that's right. Oh, it just looked odd. Okay, it's fine. It's fine, it's fine, it's all fine here. We're all good, thank you. How are you? Yeah, I got that. I'd like some spicy mayo, please. You should change your name to Kewpie Mayo. It's our good friend Aioli. So Star Wars or Lego's greebling has grown over the past few years. I feel like they've been doing some good greebling. It's basic greebling. Greebling 101 with your friends at Lego. This bit goes in there. This bit goes on here. Make sure that's up. Okay. And then that. I love all the jokes. I'm here all weekend. I've never heard any of those. Please continue. Alright, so here's yet again. My least fun part is attaching these. It's this pin right here. That's the pain in the butt. Okay. Zoom, zoom. Big bada boom. Big snappa snappa. It's funny because you build all this Technic and then you cover it with brick. It's like, just do the brick. I feel like this is a major... Did I leave something out? I mean, it's not too late. I can go back and put it in, but goodness. I mean, before I get too far. Oh, no, there it is. Okay, shoo. Like, what? Remember when the OG UCS Star Destroyer wings were attached via magnets? Oh, man, remember those days? This is not right. This needs to go... that. And then this needs to go like this. I didn't do the UCS Star Destroyer. That was one that kind of slipped by me. Hey Johnny, how's it going? Thanks for being here. Good morning. Good Sunday to you. Happy July 4th weekend. Yeah. I saw this long beam sticking out and I'm like, oh no. Structurally integral piece. And it is not going well. Where? Here? Oh, also these pins can go right to hell. These are the... Yeah, you'll never take this set apart, buddy. These are the closest Lego thing Lego has to like machined pins that are like those kind of pins that are like just rods that then get like hammered and melted down to form like that head over something, and then they spot weld it and you're like, yeah, that's never coming up. Those pieces never come out. I hate them. They go in real nice, but man, I don't like the way they make everything hard to take apart later. Rickroll Bowser short video. Nice. Can't wait to see it. That's what Alex Nunez complained about when he reviewed it. About the Mario movie, that song, Peaches. All right, well, there you go. I don't think we had any extra pieces on that. Oh, yeah, we did. Some cool stuff. I like the skate. There you go, so far. Bag 5 of 6. Oh, review of the magnets and stuff. Yeah. I mean, that's, you know, that was Lego was huge with magnets back in the day. I still think it's a good way to do stuff. I wouldn't imagine it's a very solid way to do it, but if you don't have the Technic ball socket things, or like the swivel plates that line up really nicely, or the tricks they use with like clips, magnets work, you know. There's a connection in here that's not actually connected to anything right there. Like that's just two Technic pins and then a thing like over it like this. It just goes in like it's not being held. It's just like kind of bracing it. All right, got another Fennec Shan. And she does have hair this time. If you want to give her hair. Find her legs. What about the legs? I don't need those. I don't think our other Fennec Shan got hair, but I can't remember. There's our Fennec Shan. She's got a dual mold head, or a dual print. She's smirking. She knows what's up. Here's her helmet. If you haven't seen her helmet in the other builds. And we got a Toto. There's a little Toto. He's pretty cute. Pretty accurate. And I can tell the camera's moved because my figures have moved. Boop, boop, boop. And her hair. And Hunter's hair and his extra knife. All right. The magnets get weaker over time. Well, I mean, so do rubber bands. So does the plastic. Oh, she gets a briefcase? That's odd. Does it have state secrets? She has a briefcase too. In fact, I'm not a fan of putting rubber bands on anything because I'm like, that's going to snap or get old and crumbly in a while. But I get it. I get the point of that. Duel of the Fates stream is pretty much ready for Tuesday afternoon. Good. Put a thing up so I don't... I think I'm going over to a friend's house for 4th of July, but I will have my phone with me. So as long as I get a reminder. Do you know what time you're doing it? I think of all the ingots, this color, this like... It's not silver, it's whatever Lego color it is. Not flat silver. Pearl dark gray, I think. That's my favorite. It just looks super cool. 1 p.m. Eastern. Okay, so noon my time. I probably won't be over at my friend's house just yet then. I will absolutely watch, and I will share any social posts you have about it. Get a lot of people watching it. I say that like it's like I'm not going to be sharing it to you guys. Perhaps that's why Lego stopped including them in sets, because the magnetism dies out over time. Yeah. Springs get stretched or break. Rubber bands, robust is the excuse Lego would use. Agreed. I mean, they also give us light bricks and the batteries die off, you know. It's not planned obsolescence, but it's like, this ain't gonna last forever. This shiz ain't gonna last forever. This is how these go in. I'm a fan of like putting like trans green lights in here. trans green brown round bricks and then just cover them. Like somebody was walking through the hallway of the ship in here and goes, "Oh, there's a couple green lights. We should. It's got a green cast about it. We should do that." 1 and then 2. Awesome. The stream is up on YouTube, right? I gotta post it on Twitter and such. Twitter? Get off of there, man. I don't care. Did you see the new Twitter thing where you can only you're only allowed to read 600 tweets and then that's it? And then it just stops working after that for you. It won't scroll anymore. That place is burned down. Y'all should sign up for Mastodon, said nobody ever. Like, I miss having an outlet like Twitter because it was a nice place to announce stuff for like streamers and things. Or like, hey, I've got this new thing, come check it out. I feel like putting that on Instagram takes up feed, but also putting it on Instagram stories doesn't have the ability to like be seen by other people, right? You can't hashtag it. You can't get it discovered by other people. So agreed, Mayo. And I think they like fighting over Twitter. Like, I think Twitter people like fighting. It's such an internal struggle right now. ×2. Where's the other slope? It's a pretty big piece. I hate it when I can't find like an obviously large piece. Make me have to null out this stuff. Come on, man. Oh, that was one of the things. We saw a 2x6 slope, which I hadn't seen before. And I think it was just like dark gray, but I don't think, like, we've all seen this, the 2x8s and the 2x4s, but it was a 2x6 slope. I can't remember where it was, but on the back here, 2x6 slopes. Those are pretty cool parts. I wouldn't mind getting a few of those. All right, I did that, and I have this light. And it came out of the bag, right? It's all the bag. Is the bag empty? Okay, we got those. Got those. Got those. Got these. Bricks. Big bricks. Slopes. I love these pieces too. Huh. Oh, there it is. Okay. Yeah, I do miss using Twitter for that. I've sort of turned to Instagram stories and my own Discord for that. But it's like, if you don't have people in your Discord already, then you're not really reaching anybody new. You're just reaching the people who already know about you. So, by the way, I have a Discord if anybody's not on it and you want to come hang out and chat. I try to post stuff, but it's hard to, you know, talk to yourself a lot. So, if you're looking for a place to chat, 61 followers that you. Thank you, Jack Dorsey and Elon Musk. Yeah, I don't remember how many I had on Twitter, but I think I canceled my account early on in the snafus last year. I was just like, nah, I don't want to deal with it. The Lug Discord, we scheduled build nights every other Saturday, roughly. Yeah, we've got our Lug has a Discord too. It's not as popular, I think, with some people. I'm going to say the older crowd doesn't like using Discord. Some have kind of come around to it. But most people, I have to be very cognizant of saying, we're going to, if you have any discussion, things you want to talk about, we'll happily chat on Discord. All the important stuff, though, we'll pull out and put into the... That's off. Why is that off? That's lined up okay. That's lined up okay. What did I do under here? Oh. Actually, that one was right. This one was wrong. But I try to make sure that everything gets announced through the Google groups too. So it's got like an official, just an email that goes out to everybody. So that's kind of how we handle that. Problem with Discord, though, is it can get, like, if you don't have a business account, I think some of it drops off after a while. No, Slack does. If you don't have a professional account. So it's hard, and stuff kind of gets buried a little bit in the, like, chatty, updated, or constantly updating threads. So, I'm getting a little turned around by this. And sometimes it's not impossible to search for stuff. It's very convenient, but I can see where people would be like, I have no idea what's going on, and it's hard to find stuff. Whereas I can, alternating caps, I can search my email. It's like, you can search Discord too. There and there. It's actually pretty satisfying right there, through there. I personally have a Discord. I try to post, like, here's a new build, but, you can't do a build every day. So I'm like, here's also news about Lego, and here's some Star Wars stuff, and here's a beer I had the other day. So that's fun. Chew. And chew. So these big ones go... Oh, I guess we can turn this around. I mean, this is my face. This is how big this is. It's rather large. Just trying to keep... Goodness gracious, Mayo, go to bed. That's way past anyone's bedtime. Thanks for coming by, man. Take care. So a friend of mine we were at this party last night, and friends that have kind of moved to the south, to New Braunfels, which isn't like that far away, but it's far enough away where it's like you can't just kind of get together every other day for coffee or beers or something like that. It's my ex-wife's brother and his wife, or his, I don't think they're married yet, his fiance. And she had this perfume on that all the girls were like, that's an amazing perfume. And I'm like, oh, like there's a, I don't know if it's because somebody else I know wore the perfume and I don't like it, or if it's just like a smell I'm not a fan of. Whatever perfume you want to wear, it's not up to me. But I think she put on a lot of it, or put some more on while she was there, and it's like it's because we were like hanging out with each other all night because we haven't seen them. But it's like stuck to me. It's like, oh, I need a shower. And now, I was thinking about that's why, it's perfume is an attractive thing, but it's also remember this for later, remember that smell, that's this person kind of thing. And I'm like, that makes a lot of sense. One of those, you don't think about it too much. And then in your later years where you're trying to be wise, you're like, that's why they make wagon wheels, and you're like, oh, okay, I get it. I don't know if you guys know the Bob Cartwheel story, and if you don't, raise your hand and I will go through it, but it's definitely a Bob Cartwheel moment for me. I like these wedges a lot. I know they have curved versions, but I like the angled ones a little bit. A little bit more just because I like the ship feel, the angular stuff. That's why the piece was so high. So many large pieces. Yeah, I wouldn't have got this had it not been for the fact that I just got I just sold some sets that I hadn't expected to make any money off of. So I'm like, yeah, I'll buy that. Doing this times 2 or anything, are we? Okay. This is fun and I like hanging out with you guys, but I am jonesing to get back to the Spider-Man game. Having a lot of fun with it. It's also nice to play another game. Like, I've been stuck going back through and replaying Battlefront and like doing odd missions in Horizon kind of thing. I might start Horizon over again. It'll be my 3rd playthrough of that. Just really like it. Ooh, this is a color you don't honestly see too much. Just like trans blue. Not trans light blue. But just this trans blue. That's pretty nice. And I get an extra one, so that's fun. Because I'm not going to... That's not going to be used again. And then... Control panel... Yeah, this is definitely... I would have been okay with $120. This is 1,000 pieces, so it should have been $100. And even with the Star Wars tax, 125, 20, 25, something like that. But 170, I'm like, wow. You really don't want people to have that Cad Bane figure, do you? I'm not putting... So here's some stickers. There's some stickers that get put on here, but I'm not going to do that. Again, this is stuff that probably could have been brick built to make it look right, but they don't cheapen it, but they get away with building fewer things with oh, and then turn it upside down. Okay. I'm like, what? How's that working? Oh, whoops. There it is. Yeah, the blue is a nice color. I think more things need to be just like trans blue. That'd be kind of fun. There's a lot of I think the reason I like trans blue is there's a lot of trans blue in Futuron. All the canopies were trans blue. Not trans light blue, but just trans blue. And you had those big quarter dome pieces in that color, and A lot of canopies. There's another sticker that I'm not going to put on. Why would you need a sticker for that? You can see the thing behind it. You could also had two pieces right here that are like, or just translucent brick, and it gives it the impression of there being whatever this divider in here is. You don't need that. And there's some clips under here, some toe ball sockets and toe balls. So this goes like this. And the fact that it's upside down is a little weird. So that clips in like that. I don't know why. Maybe because they needed these pieces to be there and there aren't upside down versions of those pieces. 1/4 shield things in the lunar base for my Futron micro build. Yeah. Those are great, but those are light blue. Oh, wait. Yeah, those are light blue. But they're still cool. Like, I would still use those. Getting that color in those like canopy parts anymore is kind of hard to do. They're expensive. They have to work for now. You can also get like... Nah, there's really nothing you can get. I was going to say there's a couple kind of bits, but yeah, I don't think it's going to work as well. Our big lunar base is going to have those. And then all the new lunar base stuff has that color in it, so it's going to be easy to get those parts. So yeah, so I don't know if you saw this. It's upside down. It's built upside down. You can see this is the anti-stud bit, right? Because I think they needed those slopes under there for that shape. And there's no upside down version of that, so they built the thing to be upside down. Which is kind of a fun technique. I have to remember that for later. Okay, not adding a sticker to that. I can use these parts for my Horizon animals because I'm going to need 1 trillion of those. That right there is very satisfying. I like that a lot. I love the visual indication of when you're done building a certain thing. I love these new little things, the stars and everything, where they're like, and you're done. And it's like, just show me attaching it and then I'll be good. All right, so this doesn't actually attach. This just sits there. It doesn't attach anything. It has a little bit of room for your fingers so you can pull it up. So you can put people in seats and people in cages and whatever else you need to do. So there's that. And this is interesting. Just have you do that. Just do that with those pieces. Pretty cool. This is a very heavy ship. This is getting to be pretty heavy. This is about the same size as like the Scythe shuttle. But I think the Scythe shuttle was like $100, $120. Same amount of pieces. Ta-da! It feels like, it does feel like fancy jazz hands. Like, haha, you're done. All right, last bag, and then we out of this joint. And then I'm gonna go see if I've got all the pieces for the microfighter version for this. And hope that I do, because I can't order anything and have it get here in time. So we're gonna hope and pray. I don't think I did anything. I was looking at the model the other day, and I don't think anything was very specialized. Like, it looked like stuff that I had. Seeing as how it's mostly dark gray, like I didn't have any special, like, hard to find orange parts or anything, so might luck out. And again, I got a labeler. Where'd that labeler go? Got me a labeler so I can make labels for all of them. It doesn't have the ability to print QR codes, so instead of like every model having a QR code to a link for how to build that specific one, I'm just gonna have like a table QR code that is like, go to this Rebrickable site, and most of these will be listed, which I think will just have to suffice. All right, so gear, do this times 2. And then that. I think it's funny that jazz hands is a thing universally recognized, almost comically recognized. For something being sassy, but also complete. Or, you know, pay attention to this. I think that's funny. You know what I'd like more of? And I know we talked about this. I would like just regular... Oh, that's kind of nice. Keeps it off the ground. I would like more just regular aircraft Lego sets. I think they could do a ton of, like... These aren't military. They're just aircraft, right? The one that this makes me think of is... oh, what was the name of that plane? I had a model of it, and it was one of my favorite models because I did a lot of model airplane stuff. Shockingly, but it was a it's a seaplane, right? But it had it was a specific one, you know, and it had like the big slooped front end. And I think the one I had was actually a military one, but I think they also have like rescue versions and fire versions. Because remember, it had a front end with like a little turret on it on the front. But yeah, just like you had big pontoons on the sides, and then it would, you know, you could do fire rescue planes. You could do commercial airliners. You could do experimental aviation. There's like room for a lot of stuff that they could do, and they just aren't. But I would like, and also I wouldn't, here's the thing. I think they should transition away from cars. I think they've done enough cars. And I think they should transition to that same style of building, but with aircraft. I think having something about the size of like the Porsche or the Corvette, but a plane, maybe a little bigger, but like that kind of build technique and size, I think would do pretty well. You know, a Concorde would be great, like you said. You could do like the Wright Flyer, which I think they already did, the Wright Flyer. And that's one of those like white whale sets for me. You could do, I'm trying to think of what else. You could do like Air Force One, Marine One, fire planes, rescue helicopters. I mean, a lot of them would be airliners, but there's there's like a big model or a big, a large number of different airline. What am I trying to say? Different models of air, because it's not models, but it's models. Now the word doesn't make any sense anymore. Versions of airliners that are just like, there's the Airbus, there's a 747, there's 727, there's, A360, that kind of thing. Okay. Big one of them. You could do like little police helicopters. You could do like just a Cessna or a Sandpiper, commercial aircraft. A Learjet, like one of the first Learjets. And like I said, a lot of experimental craft that maybe didn't turn into anything. What was the one? It was not the Vanguard or the Valkyrie. Oh my God, the Valkyrie. That was intended to be a military aircraft, but it was never like put to use. Oh, whoops! I did 2 of these. I'm gonna need 2 anyway. Okay. That thing was a monster. That'd be fun to build, just like that bank of like 8 jets across the back. That'd be so fun to do. So yeah, I think they're doing more cars because cars have more models, but I think you'd get away with doing a line of aircraft. Yeah, the Concorde is it coming out? Just not officially announced yet. Oh, well, if it's a leak of some kind, I don't know anything about it. I don't know what you're talking about. And speaking of this song, I want an Airwolf helicopter. And that helicopter is it's military, but there's also a civilian version of that. And I forget the model for it, but that'd be a cool helicopter to do. And then I'd fly it around the house. Da, 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 da. That's one of my favorite videos. Is a mashup of that theme, but it's got like the overlays of Star Wars on it, and it's like all the blueprints of Star Wars coming at you, and then it introduces all the characters. I don't know, man. Like, yeah, I get it, but it's almost like there's copyright for other, like within the aviation industry. Like they don't want other people making their planes. But I don't know. I feel like if Lego came to me as a company and went, we want to build a Lego set out of this. But I'm not a Fortune 500 company, so I guess that's why I'm not involved. But I'd be like, heck yeah, do it. No royalties. No copyright problems. Just do it. That'd be amazing. We just all have to go buy more of Darth Designer's models of all his military aircraft. Because his stuff's really good. Oh, that's unfortunate. Look how warped that is. I don't know if you can tell. It's very warped. And I don't know why. It's just a single piece. It's very bent. I should probably do some of his models too, and just like remember in our rooms where you just have like plastic models like fish line to the ceiling. Just do a bunch of fighter aircraft like that made out of Lego. Oh my god, I have to do this twice? Come on, man. I didn't see that at all. Oh yeah, ×2. Okay, well, my bad. trying to think of some other good aircraft. Just have to do a search for like utility aircraft or something. I mean, the Sopwith Camel was a good pick. They could have picked any. Didn't they do the Red Baron too? I thought they did another biplane or triplane or something, but maybe I'm dreaming that. They're putting it at the beginning of the steps now. They didn't used to. Yeah, I mean, I hardly ever look at this white square. I usually just go, okay, that was attached, and then what's the next piece? You know? Yeah, a nice 747 would be great. Or like one of those Airbus A360s or whatever, that like the super giant ones that they just came out with. Something where you could maybe like kind of remove the top section and see like the seats inside and all the amenities and what the cargo area looks like and the cockpit, and you know, that'd be a lot of fun. I don't know how they're going to do the Concorde. I'm wondering if there's going to be a lot of internal stuff. The Concorde. What's the first sonic boom, or the sonic breaking the sound barrier? The Bell X10 or X7 or something like that. That'd be one. I think technically, I know they're like military aircraft, but I think as long as you put the X in front of it, you can have like the XS, the XRS, or the XS, the XR71 or the XSR71. The SR71 is supposed to be the RS71, based off how they name aircraft, but for some reason it got a typo and it became the SR71. A little fun fact for you. Because I don't think the experimental aircraft are designed to be experimental in like how many hard points does this have? You know, it's at some point it's like, does fuel leak out of this and can it fly? Versus how many guns can we put on it? But I was being nitpicky because I would love to see an SR71 Lego set. And yeah, I'll just go to Rebrickable and find somebody who's made one. That's easy enough. That should be next year's project. Start building aircraft. Next year's ongoing forever project, along with Microfighters, Horizon Zero Dawn, Q2 Stadium, and now aircraft. I would like to see the aircraft that hauled the shuttle around. I think that would be a good one, and have a shuttle on it. I think that was just a no, that was a 767. No, that couldn't have been. The 67 did come out till more recently, and I think that was flying around. Whatever was flying around in the 70s. The 747-200, is that what hauled the shuttle around? The first shuttle was not the Columbia, it was the Enterprise. I'm trying to remember which one it hauled around, because there was one that was an orbiter. And it was not meant to be put into use or something, like, I forget. There's a distinction between the actual first launched shuttle and then a shuttle that was built. It was Enterprise? Okay. Got that on it, and then we need to do that. Oh, I missed those two on that one. I went back and looked. That'd be a massive set, though. I mean, can you imagine, like, a plane underneath that? It'd be like... It's like twice that long at least. And I would 100% get it. Because I love me my planes. Yeah, there's trainer planes for the Air Force that have no weapons of any kind. Oh, there's those big gliders. You get a big glider. I suppose you could do drones, but drones are all like, they all have military applications, so you can't really do them, but I mean, there's a reconnaissance and rescue. I don't know. And then one of these, where is it? Oh man, that'd be amazing. Yeah, because you could call it a racer now. Because they have old ones that they still do races with. Like those Red Bull racing planes, you could do those. All right, so these are done. And these are going to go like this. Oh, man. And because they're bent, they're not going to stay on here very well. So this is a little depressing. Because the plates bend out, you can see the give right there on both sides here. That's a little sad. It looks cool though. Good way to get that shape. And now the music is real quiet again. That seems off somehow. I know it's not, but yeah, I'm a little sad. Like just the plate, like just like this thing was bent a little bit. Like it was all bent up or something. I'm not sure. Like right in the middle, it just seems like it's... This is one of those where I need to take a photo of it and post it in the quality assurance thread on the ambassador board. Be like, here we go again. I mean, I don't know what I'm supposed to do about that. I do like these pieces too, these giant thin wedges. That's one of these. I got plenty of these floating around. Don't entirely need another one, but this is what you get. I like the Corvette. Like, I'm excited for it. Somebody said the back end or the front end looks a little weird. I haven't looked too closely at it. And I'm not a car person. Like, in real life, I don't know what looks good on a car or not. But I like the car builds. The front looks so off to me. I'll have to look at it again. Because, yeah, I don't know. I'll probably get it. I'm trying to think if I want to sell the scalloped sides on the doors and stuff looked good. But I'm trying to think if I want to get rid of, if I want to start making some space and selling some of my old cars. Like the Fiat or the VW Bug or something. Or just put them in a bag and put them in storage somewhere so I just make more room. Also, it seemed a little small. Like, I'm not sure. Like, I'll have to look on the model itself, but it seemed like it was smaller. It seemed like it was more like that size of the Aston Martin, the James with the figure size versus the creator car set size. Yeah. When I saw the reveal, I'm like, well, that looks cool, but it looks like half the size of the other cars. Like, it needs to be as big as the Porsche or the Mustang, or else it's kind of like... I think the Charger was a little smaller, too, and I think that's what it's kind of... what they've got now. So there's your wedge shape in the front and back. Hopefully they cover this up underneath. Goodness, that's a lot of, like... stuff just hanging out there. All right. Well, and this may be, you know, now I'm going to stop buying cars because this was a no. I'll have to look at it again, though, to make a determination for myself. Binoculars, always good to get binoculars because it means I'm going to get extra. And that's good for me, for greebling. Did everybody use their VIP points to try to win the Dreams Bundle sweepstakes? Because I did. That would be awesome to like win all those sets. I'll probably end up getting a lot of them anyway. But I would love to see them get some of those in our support for the lugs. Because I think that would be nice to hand out to people. It's accurate to the Camaro, a small vehicle to have, and I've sat in both. So, but like the Porsche was a small vehicle too. The 911, make it as big as the 911, and the 911 was as big as the 911 and the turbo, but the model was as big as the Mustang. So it's like, I think they're just making it as model specific as they can, and they're not really like, well, it's. The wheelbase is akin to, you know, whatever. I don't think they're too worried about that. Now, spring-loaded shooters. Ew. I'm actually not too down on spring-loaded shooters. I think these are okay. Especially if you put them near the actual, like, pew-pews on the model. It makes more sense. This doesn't work. Where's the other one? Let's try this. Okay, well that's dumb. So I'm not crazy, right? This doesn't work. This connection. I mean, it kind of does, but it's like real loose. I feel like that's going to fall off. I feel like I'm going to break this damn thing. It shouldn't be clearing my throat. No, they're not. I mean, the Aston Martin is almost the same size as the VW bus, so... They're absolutely not worried about scale. The cool engine. I like using the wheels for engines. They figured that out from early on with the X-Wings. Oh, yeah, this is when you know the song is going to start hitting. When you got that random girl talking to you about stuff. So you guys excited for your build off on Tuesday? What are your thoughts? Who do you think's going to win? Think it'd be pretty close? Is anybody going to get a handicap? Like, are you going to be allowed to like have all your pieces out and already like nulled? Or is it going to be like, I'm opening the box, I'm starting the program, right? Or is like, your pieces are all out, the digital model has already been imported, and it's like, and go. That's it on that side? Okay. Whoa. This goes over here like a soul. I have to make a sticker. Depends on how to focus I can get Johnny. I have to make a sticker part. Have to make the 40th anniversary from scratch. You can do... so you can do that in Part Designer, right? You can go into Parts Designer and get like the brick that it sits on and just get an image online and put it on there and then import it into your model and you got it. And it's just a brick. Figure out the specific rules and then post them. Yeah, I think you should be able to open up yours, the physical one, open it like all the bags out of the box. And I think it's small enough that it's probably going to be one bag. And I think you can have all your parts on the table. And then Vab can have the model imported. And then after that, you got to stop. And then he can have his instructions and you can have your instructions. And then just say go. Because then it's like nobody's trying to figure out how to like import something and spending time doing that. Or opening a box and maybe like the box won't open right. Or you open the bag and a piece flies everywhere. It's like all your pieces are both like digitally or physically laid out and just ready to go. That's probably the most fair. Just an input. Oh, this is perfect jam for today. I'm digging this playlist today. They did really well with this. It's nice and simple. Nice and simple, like this build. Like this ship. Oh, did I forget a part? I did. I didn't see that part on this side. I was going to say this has got a giant gap right here, but this will take care of that. And now it's not a giant gap, it's a slightly smaller gap. I'm not too worried about the box stuff, but if he has Studio open, the box stuff should be, I suppose, make it somewhat similar. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's a small enough set where I think the physical one may have an edge, but I'm pulling for the Studio build. I think if it were a larger build, the edge goes to Studio. Because you're not hunting for pieces. You know, once you get used to where the pieces are, they throw them in those giant rows and it's like black pieces over here, gray pieces over here, white pieces in the middle. Colors are kind of thrown in there, but like large to small, you know, you get used to where all the pieces are at all times and you're just like, yep, I know exactly where that is. Did I miss anything here? Looks good, looks good. But also, like, when we're building like this, at least I'm a little distracted because I'm talking. But I think if I was just building, I can build pretty fast. There was a lug mate and I were on a stream together one time, and we were also having a race. We were just like seeing who could build what the fastest, and I think we both had the same set, and they were like, or it wasn't even the same set. We were working, man down. I was working on a much larger set, and they were just talking a lot. I mean, I was keeping up my end of the conversation, but they would stop building to talk, right? They would do this. And I would talk while I would build. So I guess it depends on if you can if you're, do you have a multi-thread processor in your head? That'll be part of the challenge. Try to focus on speed versus interaction, because when I'm normally stream like you, I just chat and answer questions. Yeah. Just like that. That was time I could have been building, but I was reading and responding. That's why you need, like, which I don't have, and I don't have a need for it usually because I don't have a ton of people in here. But you have a moderator who reads the questions out loud so that you can keep building, but you can hear the questions. Oh, whoops. Oh, no, that is next. Okay. I was like, what? Multiprocessing does happen at times, but not always. Like we discussed earlier, it's probably the background processes that are getting in the way. Make sure all your drivers are updated. There's no smoke that day, and I'm not coughing a lung while on stream. Oh yeah, are you guys still getting all that out there? The Canadian smoke? Is that still going on? The news isn't covering it anymore, so I have no idea. I just saw these and I don't know when they're coming into play, but man, sand blue 1x3 tiles. Pretty. It's gotten better? Okay. And I heard the freeway was fixed too. Which you guys got that going for you now. It's better we have rain right now, but it'll be back after the system moves out. Ugh, gross. Cool. Yeah, did I not hear that right? Is it not fixed? This is so you can load these guys, right? Oh, so you can store these. Okay, so if you load these guys in here. And then you can store F. Oh, you're on the other side of the state. Okay. Yeah, I wasn't sure, like, who that affected. And... Okay. So you can store your little shooters in there. And yes, we know how that works. Okay, well, I think the ship's done. And now we're building some little thing here. So, back that up. Just back it up. Just back it up. Just back it up. Just back it up. Just backing up. What are we doing? We're just backing up. Just backing up. Just back up. Oh, this is monies. Aw. Well, I can't make monies without stickers, so I guess that's what we're doing. It's just stacks of blue bullion. I wish the would put the money into getting 79 done. Oh, okay. Yeah. That's always the case, though. We've got a road here it's like perpetually under construction. Section of the highway that's never quite right, and it's frustrating. Cool, gold Wolverine claws. And a gold fez. Pretty cool part. So this is a little trophy that he's stolen. Little trophy. It's just, this is a hover thing with stuff on it. There's a lot of extra little pieces here. It's like a major section up between here and Temple. That's never going to be finished. It always seems to be working on it. The road right out, coming out of my neighborhood, A.W. Grimes, is like, they pave it and then fix it, and then within like 2 months, it's back to this like crappy, like it's built on a, yeah, this is just a thing of money, and those are all extra pieces. So here's those are your pieces and your guys, and here's the ship. So from the top, it's pretty cool. It's a big triangle. And then while the landing gear's down, it sits pretty well with the landing gear down. And then when you move this thing up, the landing gear goes up, and it's in flight mode. So the landing gear goes up, and it kind of, there's these, well, that's an issue. Don't fly upside down or else the cockpit will come off. So this is the underside of it. And it's gross. For $170, man, put some plating under here to cover this. There's nothing under there. That's just not great. The top looks cool though. Right? There's a big hole right here, but I don't think you can get out of that. So this thing rotates and it pulls this, and that pulls some gears, and then the landing gear come down. So this thing goes like that into flight mode, landing gear goes up, and then it goes down like that, and the landing gear goes down, and that's pretty cool. It's a good size. As long as you keep it upright, it's swooshable. There's a big honking piece of stuff to hold on to right there, so you can fly it around. This also acts as like a little, this is where you put your sled with all your money in there, right? And in your cockpit here, you've got those boxes that hold all those extras, and then you can put your pilot in here. And then I don't think you've got a guest quarter thing, but you can put Omega in this little laser pen thing right there that I think you can take out if you don't want it in there. So you can move freely, and then you can put this back in there. So it's got some play features that are okay. I do like you can access the cockpit pretty well, but I wish it was on a little more sturdier, because then to turn it over, you got to hold on to the top, or else these flip open. And those flip open for no reason other than to be an angle. And to be the angle is fine, and they used it great. Like, I think the angles like that are good. It's a little breathy and holy, but I think to get the function to work, you probably have to do that. Hi, Connor. How are you? Thanks for being here, man. This engine section is really cool. It's very solid. It looks great. It's got new pieces. It's got good part usage with the tiles right in here, sticking in between the studs. It feels like an illegal build, but not an illegal build, right? So that's really cool. That's a solid section. Those engines on the back are really nice. That feels really good. It looks cool. It's a cool looking ship. His front end is cool, and the way it attaches underneath with the tow balls, that's fun. It's a fun build. Like, the build is okay. Like, it's just a good mix of Technic and then brick built stuff to be interesting while you build it. It seems like it could be a little smaller. Like, I don't think it needs to be this big, but given how big like the ship actually is, this is probably a good size compared to like a TIE fighter or the current run of Star Wars sets. So it is rather large. I would honestly wait for this to drop to about $90 before you get it. If you can get it at about $90, then it would be 100% worth it, right? It's a pretty good looking chip at $90. 100 tops, but I wouldn't get it at 170. It's just kind of whatever. But yeah, the function with the landing gear is really cool. It looks cool while it's flying. You know, that's a cool looking ship, right? It's very terrestrial with that like tail fin on the back and then big wings on the side. So it's not too bad. But yeah, let's take a look at that underside again. That's gross. I don't mind the big flat because Lego has never really worked on fixing that up. But I mean, like, there's these weird chunks of brick hanging out on the side here, and there's nothing covering anything under here. Like, absolutely nothing. Ooh. Yeah, you could do a couple more of these boat bottoms along here. You could 100% use just a couple more of these wedge plates. Just recreate this under here. I don't know how hard, I don't know why that's so hard, but apparently it is. So, and the figures are all right. You know, you got Hunter again. You got another Hunter. You got an Omega. You got another Fennec Shan. You got a Toto. So you got a little droid Toto. That's pretty cool. And he looks good. Nice little print on that. And then, of course, the big one is the Cad Bane. So there's your Cad Bane. He only has one face. You know, it doesn't have a dual, more angry face or anything like that. So good print. Nice piece for the air tanks, air hoses. I'll be happy to make a little microfighter out of this guy. So there you go. There's your Justifier. We've justified the price for it, I guess. So that's it for me today. Trying to think. Tuesday, I don't think I'm doing anything. So I might be able to throw in a stream. I'm going to get back to some design stuff. Thursday, I will not be here because I'll be in Brick Rodeo. So what I may try to do Thursday night, if we don't have any games going on, is during the day, what I might try to do is do a live stream on Tuesday in the middle or Thursday in the middle of the day. And I'll just have my phone and I'll have like it set up to like while I'm setting up all my microfighters. And then I'll try to like be able to, you know, have a chat going where I can like hang out with you guys and talk to you guys and stuff, but it won't be anything like this. It'll just be like me setting up all the microfighters and stuff. And then I'll do a video of the mock walk. I'll walk around the hall, maybe Friday late and get a video up the following week, or maybe later that weekend. So you can all see what the great mocks are on display there. Should be cool. So, but yeah, thanks again. Thanks for hanging out. You guys have a very happy and safe 4th of July if you celebrate that. If you're in Canada, macro, happy Canada Day yesterday. Yeah, that was fun. So everybody have a good rest of your weekend, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye, everybody.